I once set an alien girl free. Years later, she showed up at my door, a self-made billionaire. Cal Mercer swung the door open, wrench still gripped in his grease-streaked hand. A woman stood there, taller than he remembered, her iridescent blue skin gleaming under the dockyard lights. Sarah Venn. 4 years since he'd cut her chains in that back alley crate. Now she wore a tailored void suit worth more than his annual pay, flanked by 6 armored security and matte black exosuits. A sealed alloy case hovered at her side on anti-grav thrusters. "Call Mercer," she said, voice smooth as polished hull plating, her 4-fingered hand extended. No translator lag, her accent had sharpened. "I bring the marker." He blinked, wiping sweat from his brow. The apartment behind him hummed with the whine of his fabricator, half-finished parts for a freighter repair scattered across the workbench. "Sarah, hell. You look different." She didn't smile. Her species rarely did, but her crest feathers twitched upward. "Debt demands repayment. Name your price." Cal stepped aside, gesturing them in. The security team fanned out, scanning corners with retinal implants. No weapons drawn, but their postures screamed readiness. He led her to the cramped kitchen table, shoving aside a toolkit. "Price? I didn't free you for creds. Walked you out, patched your cuts, pointed you to the shuttle pads. That's it." Sarah set the case down. It hissed open on bioscan, revealing a fist-sized crystal etched with holographic contracts. Legal tender across a dozen systems, enough to buy his whole block on Epsilon Dock. Refusal insults the bond. 10 million. 20. Speak. He leaned against the counter, arms crossed. Practicality won over shock. Slavers still ran pipelines through the yards here. Rook Halden's outfit, boxing up sentience like spare parts for black market labor. He'd seen the manifests, rerouted a few crates himself, not money. Shut down the Halden pipeline. One route, Bay 17 to Vega Outpost. Audit the crates. Free whoever's inside. Do that, we're square. Her golden eyes narrowed, pupils dilating like a cat's in low light. "Halden, he profits from my kind. You ask me to war with him? You built an empire off those supply chains you know better than anyone. Use it." Cal met her gaze steady. Humans fixed things. Docks, engines, messes. She could leverage the rest. Sarah tapped the case shut. Her comb bracelet chimed. "Done. But not small. I buy the block." He straightened. "What?" "Entire shipping district, Epsilon Dockyard South, blocks 14 through 20, transfer complete in 30. She projected the deed hologram. His name stamped as nominal owner, her corp as trustee. "Now audit." Cal's mouth went dry. The security chief murmured into his collar, and data streams flickered across Sarah's bracelet. All routes from Bay 17 flagged. Drones inbound. Contracts voided. Halden's brokers routed to holding. He exhaled, setting the wrench down. "That fast? You own half the trade lanes now?" "More." She rose, crest feathers fully extended, a sign of resolve he'd learned back then. "You saw me as person, not cargo. I repay in kind. Stay here, protected." A chime cut the air, his door panel. Cal frowned. "Expecting someone?" Sarah's team pivoted, weapons humming to life. The chief peered at the external feed. Civilian, human female. No weapons. Let her in. Cal waved it off. Paranoia wasn't his style. Mina Cho slipped through the door. Datapad clutched like a shield. Sharp-eyed, mid-30s, her auditor's vest bristling with scan tools. She'd flagged fraud on his last repair bid. "Cal, you alive? Heard the block sale ping, whole district? What the—" She froze at the sight of Sarah's entourage. Stars. "Who's the welcoming committee?" "Old friend," Cal said. "Sarah Venn." "Sarah, Mina Cho." She sniffs out bad contracts. Mina's eyes lit. "Venn trade? The Vega monopoly? You're auditing Halden?" Sarah nodded once. "Join. Your patterns match my gaps." Mina slid into a chair, datapad blooming with manifests. Bay 17's a sieve. False bottom crates, biomasked signatures. Halden's laundering sentience through ore halls. "I can map it. Give me access." "Granted." Sarah linked bracelets. Data flowed. Cal watched them work, the room alive with holo charts and cross-verified streams. His old rescue had snowballed into this. Empires clashing over his doorstep. Pride flickered. Quiet. Humans patched. Others built. Together it stuck. Then his comm buzzed. Dock alert. Intrusion at perimeter. Unmarked drone. Sarah's crest flattened. Halden. Outside, across the rain-slick street, a shadow shifted in the alley. Rook Halden's agent, Jax, crouched behind a cargo pallet. Human like Cal, but colder. Scarred jaw, eyes augmented for low light. He snapped photos through the window. Cal with the alien billionaire. Security postures logged, block deed visible on the table hollow. Jax thumbed his implant. Target acquired. Leverage on Mercer. He's got evidence. Old slaver logs from the Ven snatch. Photos to Rook. Hit him quiet? Rook's voice crackled back, oily and precise. No. Leverage first. Kidnap play. Sarah's roots fold if her savior vanishes. Move. Jax slipped away. Drone feed relaying the shots. Cal's face tagged. Primary threat. Inside, Cal's panel lit red. Perimeter breach. Someone's watching. Sarah's team swarmed the windows. Lockdown. Extract. He grabbed his toolkit. Plasma cutter. Multi-tool. The basics. Not running. This is my doc. Mina cross-checked a manifest. Wait. Day 17 drones found 3 crates. Sentience inside. Alive. Halden's marked for erasure. Sarah's hand clamped Cal's shoulder. Firm. 4 fingers unyielding. You trust me now? He nodded. Cutter humming alive. Always did. Shut it down. Alarms wailed district-wide. Sarah barked orders, her corpse private fleet inbound, blocks sealed, but Jax's team hit fast. 3 shadows breached the alley, stunners charging. Cal moved first. He kicked the door wide, cutter arcing. Plasma sliced the lead attacker's weapon. The man yelped, human thug dropping back. Sarah's security poured out, exosuits boosting them into a blur. Punches landed. Alien precision meeting human bulk. One thug went down to a crest feather slash across the throat. Non-lethal but immobilizing. Mina stayed inside, jamming signals. Their comms dead. Rooks cut off. Jax lunged from cover. Stunner aimed at Cal's back. Sarah intercepted. Her void suit hardening on impact. She twisted, slamming him into the wall with leverage no human matched. Debt keeper, she hissed. Untouched. Cal finished the last thug with a wrench to the knee. Security cuffed them all. Panting, he faced Sarah. That the payback? She retrieved a data chip from Jax's collar. Part. Your logs here. Proof on Halden. My empire crushes his. Mina grinned, pocketing her pad. Audits gold. Vega roots ours. Your block owner, Cal. Rent-free hero. He laughed, short and real. The district lights flared back on, drones hauling slaver crates into the open. Sarah's hand lingered on his shoulder. Debt clear? He asked. Her crest rose. Never. Bond holds. Jax groaned from the ground, Rook's leverage shattered. Far off, Halden's comm screamed denials as enforcers closed in. Cal watched to clean up, toolkit heavy in his hand. One small act, years back. Now a fortress. Humans fixed. She protected. It worked. But Rook wouldn't quit. Not yet. Cal gripped the flickering glow lamp tighter and ducked under a sagging conduit. This way, Sarah. Old Bay's just ahead. Sarah's taloned feet clicked softly behind him. Her iridescent crest feathers brushing the low ceiling. She moved like liquid shadow, scanning the rusted corridors of Vegadoc's underbelly. No questions. No complaints. Just trust. He shoved open a warped hatch. Hiss of stale air. The cage bay sprawled before them, rows of reinforced pens, scarred from years of use. One panel hung crooked, bolt marks fresh where he'd pried it years ago. Here. Cal pointed. Your spot. Locked you in with a pulse collar. I cut the power, snapped the chain, walked you out myself. Sarah stepped forward. Her clawed hand traced the metal. Feathers quivered. Debt born here, voice low, melodic rasp. You saw a person, not cargo. Cal shrugged. People fix things. Cages break easy. She turned, eyes gleaming violet. Rook Halden rebuilds them. His roots poison my trade. Suppliers front his slavers. We end it. Footsteps echoed from the corridor. Mina Cho burst in. Audit pad glowing. Sharp eyes. Human, like Cal, but wired for numbers. Mercer? Your ping said urgent.
Who's the feather?
Sarah cut her off. Mina Cho. Auditor. Freelance star. She thrust a data slate forward. Hired. Now. Trace these suppliers. Vega Lanes. Full audit. Mina blinked, snatched the slate. Scanned the list. Dozens of names, routes, cargo manifests. Pay? Sarah's crest flared. Empire rate. Triple. Mina's grin split wide. Done. She jacked in her pad, fingers flying. Cal knelt by a loose deck plate, pried it up. Hidden compartment. He pulled a thumb drive, matte black, sealed in evidence tape. Old port logs. I archived them quiet. Every docking, every live cargo manifest. Rook's fingerprints all over. He handed it to Mina. Chain of custody plan attached. Time-stamped backups, notary stamps from 3 stations. Mina slotted the drive. Hollow screens bloomed. Endless columns of invoices. Ship IDs. Transfer logs. Cross-matching now. Her voice sharpened. Pattern emerging. Legit trade shells. Grain haulers. Tech crates, but nested shells. Rook's proxies. Vegadoc 17 funnels to his black roots. Billions laundered. Sarah leaned in. Proof? Flags here. Mina highlighted clusters. Red webs linked Rook's broker firm to captive shipments. Invoices mismatch weights. Too heavy for grain. Port scans show biosigns. Your suppliers feed his cages. Cal's jaw tightened. He used my bay. Thought I forgot. Sarah's hand clamped his shoulder. Firm. Warm through his jumpsuit. You remember. We bury him. Alarms blared. Dock-wide klaxon. Red strobes flashed. Mina yanked her pad free. Inspection raid button. Port authority inbound. Rook's pull. Cal bolted for the hatch. He knows, coming for records. Sarah's void suit shimmered, panels hardening to armor weave. My drone scramble. Your logs safe? Backed triple. Cal grabbed his toolkit. Wrench out ready. But he's erasing evidence. Us, first. They sprinted corridors, Mina clutching pads. Sarah's comm chirped. Enforcers? No. His thugs. Armed. Cal skidded to the bay door. Barricade. Mina! Jam signals! Sarah. She slashed a claw across a panel. Sparks. Emergency lockdown engaged. Debt-keeper stands. Thuds outside. Power flickered. Rook's voice boomed over hacked speakers. Mercer. Hand the auditor. Logs vanish. Walk away rich. Cal snorted. Payback? Nah. Gimme paperwork kills your ring. Laughter crackled. Fool human. Boxes breach in 60. Mina patched her jammer. Comms died. Silence. Sarah's crest slashed air. Testing. They come. Door buckled. First thug burst through, stunner raised. Cal swung the wrench. Crack on helmet. Thug dropped. Sarah lunged past. Precision strike. Feather crest raked non-lethal across throat. Alien grace met human brute. More poured in. Chaos blurred. Punches landed. One down to Sarah's slash. Mina stayed back, jamming feeds. Comms dead. Rook's blind. Jax. Rook's lieutenant. Lunged from shadow. Stunner at Cal's back. Sarah intercepted. Void suit hardened. She twisted. Alien leverage slamming him into bulkhead. Debt keeper. Untouched. Cal finished the last with wrench to knee. Security swarmed. Sarah's private force. Cuffs clicked. Panting, Cal faced her. That payback? She plucked data chip from Jax's collar. Part. Logs to my net. Held and crushed. Mina pocketed her pad, grinning. Audit airtight. Vega routes ours. Blocks yours, Cal. Rent-free.
He laughed. Raw. Lights reignited.
Drones dragged slaver crates into light. Sarah's hand lingered on his shoulder. Debt clear? Crest rose. Never. Bond eternal. Jax groaned. Rook's empire cracked. But Cal knew. Rook fought dirty. War just started. Doc Klaxon's reset. Cal hefted toolkit. One cage broken years back. Now fortresses rose. Human grit. Alien loyalty. Trade lanes realigned. Mina synced data to central net. Shells collapsing. Rook's brokers fleeing. Sarah nodded. My lawyers inbound. Seizures dawn. Cal watched enforcers haul thugs. Evidence sealed. Yet holocom buzzed. Anonymous ping. Rook's face flickered. Mercer. Cute stunt. But my buyers want your alien pet. Next raid? Personal. Screen died. Sarah's eyes narrowed. He escalates. Cal met her gaze. We trace his suppliers first. Your list. My logs. And the route. Mina cross-checked fresh data. Got more shells. Outer rim. He's desperate. Dumping cargo now. There Sarah's talons flexed. Fleet dispatches. Block him. Cal shouldered toolkit. Practical. Step by step. Compassion sparked this. Loyalty fueled it. Economics sealed it. Hours blurred. Mina's audit bloomed into full report. Terabytes of fraud. Rook's empire unraveled. Route by route. Sarah's hand brushed his again. Silent thanks. Dawn broke over Vegadoc. Cal stood at the bay's edge. Cages scrapped. Trade hummed legit. Rook's final comm screamed to rest. Enforcers dragged him from his tower. Cal smiled. Small act. Big bond. Humans fixed. Aliens guarded. Galaxy balanced. Sarah crested high. Bond holds. He nodded. Always. Cal Mercer slammed the lockdown panel. His fingers flew across the haptic grid, sealing bulkheads with a hiss of pressurized air. Drones whirred overhead, their scanners painting the workshop in red strobes. Not today, he muttered. He yanked the power conduit free and rerouted it through the EMP baffles. Lights flickered. The drones stuttered mid-air. Sensors frying in a cascade of sparks. Alarms blared from the bay entrance. Cal grabbed his toolkit and dashed to the core vault. Inspectors. No, raiders now. Their routine check had turned sour the second Rook Heldon's cutouts flashed corporate badges. Cal knew the play. Fake audit to seize Sarah's ledgers, then vanish the evidence, and him. His comm buzzed. Sarah's voice cut through, sharp as her talons. Cal! Gate hold! They're stalling for backup. Copy. Blinding their eyes here. Get Mina the core. It's Rook's fraud map. Cal pried open the ledger vault. The crystal core pulsed with encrypted trade data. Ghost shells, bonded labor routes, billions rerouted through Vegadoc. Sarah's empire killer. He slid it into a coolant canister, the chill metal biting his palms. Footsteps echoed outside. Boots, not inspector loafers. From the catwalk, he spotted Mina Cho weaving through cargo stacks. Her auditor's tablet glowed as she dodged a drone husk. Cal. Perimeters breaching. Here. He dropped the canister. She caught it one-handed. Eyes wide but steady. Human grit met her precision. Fraud patterns were her battlefield. Mina slotted the core into her rig. Data bloomed across her screen, uploading to Central Net. Rook's shells are collapsing already. Look. Outer rim dumps. Explosions rocked the pier. Cal spun. Sarah at the gate, her iridescent scales flashing under floodlights. 8 raiders hemmed her in. Stun batons crackling. She towered over them, voice booming through the comm. Sign the jurisdiction form, or my fleet lawyers impound your hulls under Triad Accord 47. The lead raider snarled, fumbling a datapad. You're bluffing, lizard. Halden owns this dock. Sarah's talon pierced the pad, forcing ink. Signed, Vega Authority now. Move wrong. You're bonded labor yourselves. Cal's jaw tightened. Years back, he'd cracked her cage on a smuggler scow. Simple compassion, saw sentience in those eyes, not cargo. Freed her with a plasma torch and a jury-rigged lockout. She'd built billions since. Now loyalty dragged him into this war. Lights died. Rook's enforcers struck. Breaches glowed orange as they cut through the bay doors with plasma torches. Stun rigs hummed. Wide-beam takedowns. Non-lethal for deniability. Cal vaulted a crate. Toolkit clanging. Mina, exfil now. She nodded, vanishing into the service ducts with a canister. Cal primed a welder drone, sent it swarming the breach. Sparks flew. Enforcers cursed, rigs firing wild. One bolt clipped his shoulder. Numb fire spread. He gritted teeth, human stubbornness kicking in. Pain was just data. Sarah burst through the inner hatch, her eyes locked on him, nostrils flaring at the chaos. Cal! She charged. Talons shredded a stun rig mid-charge. An enforcer swung. She sidestepped, slamming him into a bulkhead with whipcord tail. Grace like a predator, loyalty like steel. Behind! Cal yelled. 2 more flanked her. He hurled his toolkit, wrenches pinging off helmets. They staggered. Sarah scooped him under one arm, his world blurring into scales and muscle. Cargo lift ahead. She punched the override, doors grinding open. Enforcers poured in, rigs blazing. A bolt grazed her flank. She hissed but didn't slow. Pier ignited behind them. Fuel lines ruptured, fireballs blooming orange. Cal twisted in her grip, glimpsed Mina's duct hatch ceiling. Data safe, lift plummeted. Sarah pinned him against the wall, shielding with her body. Hold. Shudders rocked the shaft. Explosions chased them down. Cal's heart hammered. Not fear, trust. Her breath rasped hot against his neck, alien rhythm steadying his own. Doors hissed open at sublevel. Sarah dropped him gentle as a crate, despite the blaze above. Run. They sprinted through maintenance tunnels, klaxons wailing. Cal's shoulder throbbed, but he matched her stride. Human endurance, alien speed, perfect mesh. Mina waited at the egress hatch. Tablet clutched. Upload complete. Central nets auditing Rook live. Brokers scattering. Sarah flexed her talons, scales smoking from a graze. My fleet blocks his rim routes. Lawyers inbound. Cal leaned on the wall, breath steadying. He met Sarah's gaze, no words needed. That cage break years ago? Spark. This? Inferno repaid. Dock klaxons reset overhead. Cal hefted his salvage toolkit. Fortresses rose around them. Sarah's trade lanes realigned legit. Human grit fixed the machines. Alien loyalty guarded the man, but his hollow comm buzzed. Anonymous ping. Rook's face flickered. Snarling. Mercer. Cute stunt. But my buyers want your alien pet. Next raid? Personal. Screen died. Sarah's eyes narrowed. He escalates. Cal met her gaze. We trace his suppliers first. Your list, my logs. End the route. Mina cross-checked fresh data. Got more shells. Outer rim. He's desperate. Dumping cargo now. Sarah's talons flexed. Fleet dispatched. Block him. Cal shouldered the toolkit. Practical. Step by step. Hours blurred in the safe bay. Mina's audit bloomed. Terabytes of fraud unspooling. Rook's empire frayed, route by route. Sarah's hand brushed his. Silent thanks. Talons retracted gentle. Dawn broke over Vega Dock. Cal stood at the bay's edge. Cages scrapped long ago. Trade hummed clean. Rook's final comm screamed. Arrest warrants flashing. Enforcers dragged him from his tower. Shackles biting. Cal smiled. Small act. Big bond. Humans fixed. Alayans guarded. Galaxy balanced. Sarah crested the ramp beside him. Bond holds. He nodded. Always. Sarah's shuttle clamped onto the dockyard gantry with a hydraulic hiss. Guards in iridescent armor flanked Cal, their multi-jointed limbs herding him aboard. He clutched his toolkit, boots scraping grated deck. No choice. Rook's threat still echoed in his comm. Move, the lead guard grunted, voice modulated through a Vox grill. Cal stepped inside. The ramp sealed. Acceleration pinned him to the acceleration couch as Vega Dock shrank in the viewport. Hours later, the shuttle docked with a larger vessel, a sleek trade hauler, bristling with sensor arrays and cargo pods. Sarah waited in the bay, her scaled frame silhouetted against humming servos. 4 arms, iridescent blue hide, eyes like polished obsidian. She nodded once. Welcome to the Venspire, Cal Mercer. Your safe room awaits. He followed her down a corridor lined with automated turrets. The door to his quarters irised open. Spacious. Bed, console, food dispenser. Locked from outside. Prison with amenities. Can I leave? Cal asked, dropping his toolkit on the bunk. Sarah's mandibles clicked amusement. The door responds to your biometrics. But stay inside. Rook's agents hunt. He tested it. Door slid open. Hallway empty. He stepped back in. Feels like a cage. Protection, she said. Talons flexed. Like you gave me. Cal crossed his arms. That cage break. 7 years back. He'd pried the locks on a whim, treated her like a person, not cargo. Now her empire circled him, but trust cut both ways. No secrets, he said. Show me everything. Holdings, routes, enemies, or I walk. Sarah tilted her head. Her species valued leverage, not candor, but his gaze held. Steady, human, stubborn. Very well. She gestured. A hollow table materialized from the wall. Follow. They entered her command deck. Officers scattered at her approach. Sarah swept a talon across the interface. Schematics bloomed. A web of trade lanes spanning 3 systems. Cargo haulers marked in green. Warehouses pulsed on asteroid bases, orbital depots, billions in rare ores, biotech, life support gels. Impressive, Cal muttered. He traced a route. But vulnerable here. Vega choke point. Sarah's eyes narrowed. Rook exploited. Show me him. She pulled up the dossier. Rook Halden, avian stock, razor beak, pinfeather crest. Broker of indentures, black market kingpin. Holoclips showed his fleet's poaching routes, his agents rigging auctions. He's cornering cryogel, Sarah said. Talons stabbed the display. Rare life support for void dwellers. My suppliers dry up. He hoards, then spikes prices. Shortage hits stations, riots. I lose lanes. Cal leaned in. Cryogel, stabilized oxygen matrix for long-haul crews. Humans brewed it cheap in dockyards. Pressure cookers, algae vats. Nothing fancy.
How much does he control?
60%. Buyers locked in. Cal's mind raced. Flood the market. Basic logistics. Source small yards. Scale fast. Humans did it daily. Patch hulls. Reroute scrap. Counter him, Cal said. Your money buys gel makers. My way. Blitz procurement.
Sarah's mandibles parted.
Explain. He grabbed a stylus sketched on the holopad. Grid lines. Suppliers in outer yards. Dock rats like him. Fast, cheap, no bureaucracy. Hit 50 microfactories. Vega, Rim, scrap belts. Each pumps 10K units daily. Total, $500,000 in a week. Undercut Rook's hoard. Flood stations direct. Her officers murmured. One piped up. Impossible. Permits take months. Call snorted. Bribe the inspectors. Or fake manifests.
I know the yards.
Sarah studied the sketch. Her empire bought worlds. But this, human jury rig. Patchwork supply chains. No grand fleets. Just grit. You lead operations, she said. Partner contract. Now. A legal drone whirred over. Mina Cho burst onto the deck. Compact human, sharp eyes, datapad in hand. Sarah's auditor. Allie from the docks. Already drafting, Mina said. Equity stake for Mercer. 10% ops control. Call scanned the terms. Ironclad. He thumbed the pad. Done, Sarah signaled. Procurement blitz. Execute. Alarms whooped. Shuttles launched from the Venspire's bays. Sarah's fleets vectored to blockades. Cal rode the first wave with Mina, toolkit slung. Their shuttle hit yard. 1-7, a rusting orbital scrap heap. Cal jumped out, mag boots clamping deck. Foreman, a grizzled human eyed him. Cal Mercer? Heard you fixed the big rig last outage. Need cryogel runs, double pay. Triple, if fast, Foreman grinned. Rook's squeezing us. Who's bankrolling? Sarah's hollow avatar flickered beside Cal. Ven trade. Full advance. Yard hummed to life, vats bubbled. Pumps thrummed, trucks loaded gel drums. Mina cross-checked manifests. Fraud patterns match Rook's shells. He's dumping now. Panicking, back on Venspire, Cal paced the ops pit. Feeds poured in. Yard. 2 online. 8K units. Yard. 4-1, 12K. F112. Sarah's talons drummed console. Rook counters, she said. A red blip. Raider wing inbound. Cal grabbed comm. Divert hauler. 9. Blockade formation. Use cargo pods as shields. Per captain balked. Pods expendable. Humans stack 'em daily. Do it. Pods detached. Formed a wall. Raiders scattered under turret fire. Sarah's eyes gleamed. Effective. Blitz accelerated. Day 2. 200K units shipped. Stations restocked. Prices crashed. Rook's buyers jumped ship. Mina waved data. His outer shells collapsing. Enforcers inbound. But Rook struck personal. Cal's safe room door buckled. Explosives. Armed drones swarmed corridor. Sarah's guards fell. Armor smoking. Cal barricaded with a bunk slab. Toolkit out. Weld torch ignited. A drone breached. He slashed its sensor. Sparks flew. "Sarah!" he barked into calm. Her voice, "Holding bridge, trust me." Shuttle bay klaxons. Sarah's private gunship docked. Herself at controls. Talons on sticks. She blasted drones, grabbed Cal's arm, to the vault. They sealed in her inner sanctum. Hollow showed Rook's face, furious, beak clacking. "Mercer, your pet's gel floods my vaults, but I have your logs." Evidence of her liberation. Indentured again. Cal smirked. "Logs?" Mina scrubbed them. Mina patched in and filed counterfraud. "Your empire's audited." Sarah flexed. "Fleet blocks your escape." "Surrender." Rook snarled. "Cut feed." Cal exhaled. Sarah's talon brushed his shoulder. Gentle. "Your skill. Money buys factories. You chain them." He nodded. Bond deepened. Human fix. Alien shield. Procurement peaked. Gel flooded markets. Rook's tower swarmed by enforcers. Cal watched from viewport. Small act repaid. Loyalty locked, but his comm buzzed anew. Unknown source. Mercer. Game's not over. Allies wait. Sarah's eyes hardened. "We trace." Cal hefted toolkit, step by step. Again. Cal's comm crackled again. "Mercer, your gel route's exposed. Allies inbound." He slammed the panel. Sarah's vault hummed around them, holoscreens flickering with enforcer feeds. Rook's tower crawled with armored teams. But this voice? Synthetic, layered. Promised more. "Trace it," Cal said, toolkit already open. Wires spilled across the console. Sarah's talons danced over keys. Her iridescent scales caught the glow. Multi-hop relay. Deep web. But origin pings scrapyards. E-stocks. Cal nodded. Rook's old haunts. He's got backups. He jury-rigged a booster, amplifying her signal. Ping locked. Got a name. Broker nets. Shell companies. Her eyes widened. Golden slits dilating. You humans. Improvise. Like breathing. Fix what's broke.
It's the we hit first.
Build routes now. Flood their markets before they pinch ours. Sarah gripped his shoulder. Firm, but not crushing. "My factory's idle." "Your plan." Dockyards reeked of rust and fuel. Cal vaulted from the shuttle, toolkit banging his thigh. Sarah's guards fanned out. Silent. Lethal. But he led. Scrapyard towers loomed. Piles of gutted trucks, chassis twisted like dead insects. Cal scanned manifests on his wrist pad. These, redundant haulers. Rook scrapped them last cycle. Owner, a squat avian clacked protests. Licensed junk. Cal slid creds across. Licensed operational. Sign here. The avian blinked, pocketed, fled. He tore panels. Welder sparked. Axles groaned back to life. Hydraulics hissed. 4 trucks rumbled alive, bare bones, armored with scrap plate. Sarah watched from the catwalk. No fleet, just this, redundant routes. Cal climbed in, revved the lead rig. They hit one, others roll. Schedules overlap. No single choke. Engines growled. Convoy formed. Cal punched routes into navs, zigzag paths through fringe ports. Time to evade patrols. Gel crates loaded, shimmering vats of Sarah's bioconductive empire fuel. Erst run launched at dawn. Trucks peeled out, dust clouds merging. Mina Cho waited at the audit hub, a cramped office stacked with data slates. Human, sharp-eyed, her fingers flew over hollow contracts. "Cal." She didn't look up. "Rook's shells are Hydra heads. Cut. 1, 2, grow." He dropped a crate of root logs. "Weaponize it." She smirked, pulling clauses. "Here, compliance riders. Force audits on delivery, their brokers sign or gel shipment voids." Cal leaned in. "Tie to timestamps my truck's log, every handoff. They tamper. Contracts auto-flag enforcers." Mina drafted. Clauses bloomed, ironclad traps. "Rook's fixer can't forge without tripping triple verifies. Your scrap fleet schedules deliveries before his counters. Print sealed." Contracts beamed to brokers. Sarah's broadcast hit galactic feeds that cycle. She stood on her flagship bridge, Cal at her side, toolkit propped like a rifle. Prices slashed 30%. Her voice boomed, feathers ruffling with defiance. "Match my audits. Full transparency. or stay shadows. Markets quaked. Competitors snarled. Brokers dumped rook stocks. Gel flooded hubs. Cheap, pure. Cal monitored from the vault. Trucks evaded tails. Routes overlapped like a web. Outscheduling them. Rook's counter came midnight. Sarah's comm lit. Convoy hit. East fringe. Cal bolted for the shuttle. SAY, SAY. My guards. No time. He fired engines. Drones swarmed their tail. He jinked hard. Scrap shielding pinging shots. Fringe port burned. One truck smoldered. Crates cracked. Contraband dust spilling. Fake stamps. Human smuggle op. Port authority swarmed Cal's rigs. Guards bristled. Cal stepped out, hands high. Timestamps check. Lead inspector, a ridged Krell, scanned his pad. Routes logged pristine. Overlaps proved the hit truck lagged, inserted fake. Frame job, the Krell grunted. Sarah landed behind. Audit my gel, pure. But Rook's voice hacked the port feed. Mercer runs indenture gel. Evidence planted fair. Cal pulled Mina's contracts. Sign these voids, inspector. Brokers already tripped clauses. Krell cross-checked. Rook's shells lit red. Fraud cascades. Impound his fleet, Krell barked. Drones seized Rook's shadow haulers at anchor. Gel routes secured. Cal exhaled. Trucks reformed. Sarah's talon brushed his arm again. Your schedules. Unbreakable. Mina patched in. Shells collapsing. Rook isolated. But alarms wailed. Vault breach. Secondary. Paulo showed Rook's face, scarred, flanked by hulking enforcers. Allies here, Mercer. Your scrap ends now. Sarah flexed. My gunship prepped. Cal hefted toolkit. Routes hold. We outrun 'em. Explosions rocked the docks. Rook's allies. Rival traders' armored rigs barreled in. Laser fire stitched the yard. Cal's lead truck vaporized. He dove behind crates. Redundancy. Other rigs swerved, overlapping paths converging. They rammed the attackers. Scrap plate crumpling foes. Gel crates held. Sarah dropped from her gunship. Talon slashing a drone mid-air. She yanked Cal up. Bridge, now! They sprinted. Guards fell back, covering. Mina's voice crackled. Contracts firing. Enforcers rerouted. Your timestamps pinged Rook's core vault. Port klaxons howled. Authority ships screamed overhead, locking Rook's allies. Rook's rig fishtailed toward them, cannon charging. Cal spotted a scrap loader. There. He hot-wired it mid-leap. Forks impaled Rook's grill. Rig flipped, smashing. Sarah pinned the broker as enforcers swarmed. Debt paid? She asked Cal. Voice soft amid chaos. He wiped grease. Bonds even. Rook spat. You humans. Schedule death? Cal knelt. Just fixed the route. Enforcers hauled him. Sarah's empire peaked, Gel dominating feeds. Cal watched from her bridge, toolkit stowed. Mina joined, contract sealed. Sarah poured drinks. Human synth whiskey. Your compassion. That cage. Years back. One tool. One cut. Freed me. Cal clinked. People fix people. Her talon lingered. Loyalty etched in scales. Comm buzzed. Clean now. Mercer. New contracts. Allies want in. Sarah grinned. Trace. Cal hefted toolkit. Build bigger. Trucks rumbled anew. Schedules unbreakable. Bond forged in scrap and trust. Empire rolled on. But deep scan pinged. A ghost signal. Rook's final ally. Vault codes incoming. Sarah tensed. They breach core. Call stood. Routes pivot. We hold. Explosions echoed faint. Game twisted again. Explosions rattled the bridge viewport. Cal braced against the console, eyes locked on the ghost signal spiking red. Sarah's talons slammed the scan panel. Distress ping confirmed. Sector 7 freighter. False manifest. Captive transport signature. Rook's last play. Cal straightened. We board. Live rescue. Cut his supply now. Mina's face flickered on comms. Contracts align. Timestamps match Rook's vault. Hit this. His fraud unravels. Sarah's scales flushed violet. Too hot. Drones inbound. No. Cal grabbed his toolkit. I go first. Maintenance contractor cover. Dockyard creds scan clean. Sarah's gaze pierced him. You freed me from one like this. Years back. Payback's mutual. Launch shuttle. She nodded. Shuttle detached, thrusters flaring toward the drifting freighter. Cal suited up, breather mask sealed. Sarah piloted, cloaked. Mina fed overrides from orbit. Docking clamp thudded home. Cal cycled the airlock alone. In position. False ping my approach. Freighter corridors hummed dim. He palmed a service panel, toolkit spilling, plasma cutter, mag wrench, gel wire splicer, lock grid, pulsed behind grate, Rook's mods. Triple encrypted. Cal jury-rigged. Splicer bit into relays. Sparks flew. Grid stuttered, then flatlined. Locks down. Cells opening. He sprinted the cargo spine, holding cells hissed wide. 20 aliens tumbled out, scaled, furred, tentacled, starved, chained. Eyes wide at the human. Move! Cal waved them aft. Shuttle 2 minutes out. A Vexari clutched his arm. Slaver lies. Trap. Fixed. Cal cut residual cuffs. Footsteps echoed forward. Sarah's voice crackled. Cal, evacuees loading. Rook's proxy on bridge. Signal intercepted. Alarms blared. Bulkheads slammed. Cargo spine sealed. Red lights pulsed. Celif scuttle initiated. 4 o'clock. Smoke vented. Acrid. Cal choked. Mask fogging. Trapped. Spine venting plasma. Captives panicked, piling the hatch. Cal yanked his cutter. Hull groaned. No good grid fried both ways. Sarah breached from shuttle side. Her bulk filled the tier. Cal, spine core. He shoved aliens through. Go! Last one. Plasma licked his suit. Breach hissed at knee. Air jetted. Legs burned. He staggered. Sarah lunged, grabbed him mid-fall. Her vac suit tore open at shoulder, exposing scales. She slapped her gel patch over his breach. It fused instant, her blood mixing sealant. Debt's mine now. She hauled him piggyback, 4 arms cradling 2 captives. Smoke clawed their visors. Timer, 1:20. They burst into shuttle bay. Last evacuee tumbled aboard. Sarah dumped Cal in a jump seat, slammed controls. Thrusters roared. Freighter detonated behind. Fireball blooming silent in vacuum. Cal gasped, peeling the patch. His suit held. Sarah slumped pilot's chair, shoulder oozing. Gel hardens. Live. He tossed her a medkit. You first. That was my job. Mina patched in. Ship data pulled. Captive manifests tie Rook direct. Contracts voided. His routes seized. Sarah bandaged tight. Purple bloodstained. Proxy fried with ship. Rook's vault cracks open. Cal scanned the evacuees. Vexari nodded thanks. A tentacled one hummed gratitude. Human fixes. Alien saves. Port Authority locked the wreck. Shuttles ferried captives to medbays. Cal watched from Sarah's bridge. Toolkit open. Rook's enforcers scattered, rigs impounded. Sarah poured synth whiskey. That cage, years ago. Your cutter, on my locks. No questions. Call clinked glass. Saw a person. Fixed it. Her talon brushed his. Now I fix yours. Trade war ends today. Mina arrived planetside. Data slate glowing. Fraud patterns nailed. Rook's empire, gone. Your timestamp sealed it. Rook glowered from custody feed. Mercer, you schedule my end? Cal leaned in, just balanced the books. Enforcers dragged him deeper. Sarah's gel flooded markets, pure, unchained. Allies queued contracts. Trucks loaded anew. Cal hefted his wrench. Bigger routes? Sarah grinned, scales gleaming. Unbreakable, but console pinged soft. Deep scan ghost. Faint. Vault codes shifted. Cal tensed. His final cut? Sarah's hand gripped his shoulder. We pivot, together. Explosions faded. Bond held. Years back, Cal replayed it in flashes. Dockyard shift. Routine ping. Sarah's shuttle then? Tiny. Battered. He'd cut her free from that first cage. No empire behind her. Just scales and trust. Now, her arms had carried him. Debt circled back. Mina synced slates. Allies inbound. Gale trade booms. Captives integrated. Vexari mechanics. Tentacled auditors. Cross-species crews formed. Cal welded a new loader arm. Sarah watched. Your compassion sparked this. Practical, he said. People build better free. Her laugh echoed. Loyalty etched deeper. Vault ping steadied. Codes decrypted. Mina's work. Rook's ledgers burned digital. Trade war closed. Empire rolled. But one signal lingered. Sarah traced it. Old ally. Last ghost. Cal stood. Board it? She nodded. You first? Always. Shuttle prepped. Bond unbreakable. No. Wait. Scan cleared.
False echo.
Sarah exhaled. Clean. Cal stowed tools. Routes hold. They walked the bay. Trucks rumbled. Stars wheeled. Mina joined. Whiskey round two. To fixes. Glasses clinked. Heartbeats synced. Human. Alien. Empire peaked. Compassion paid full. In quiet, Sarah whispered, "Thank you first." Cal smiled. Mutual. Lights dimmed. Port slept secure. Game won. Bond. Mina's fingers blurred across her slate. Evidence packet sealed. Cal. Rescue logs, vault decrypts. Rook's bondage contracts, all time stamped. Cal leaned against the console, arms crossed. The port's hum vibrated through his boots. Sarah stood beside him, her scaled tail flicking once. Mina tapped execute. Asset freezes deploying. His shell companies first, gel trade routes, captive labor fronts. Overnight cascade. Cal nodded. He'll feel it by dawn. Rook's network cracked like thin ice. Mina's audit patterns lit up the slate, fraud chains linking back to his broker dens. One freeze triggered the next. Credits locked. Ships impounded. Partners bolted. A ping echoed. Mina grinned. First domino. His prime vaults dark. Cal exhaled. Sarah's hand brushed his arm. Cool scales, firm grip, trust held from that first cage cut. Hours ticked. Alarms blared across the docks. Rook's fixers scrambled, but Mina's filings spread like fire code. By shift change, his empire smoked. Cal wiped grease from his hands. Networks dust. Mina pocketed her slate. Clean sweep. You two held the line. Sarah stepped forward. Her voice hummed low. The Xari accent clipping edges. Call Mercer. You cut me free years back. No questions. Now, I build empires. Join me. Cal raised a brow. They walked the bay toward her shuttle pad. Trucks idled, loading ethical gel crates. Fair trade, no chains. She pulled a holo charter from her vest. Permanent role, operations chief. Stake in the new ethical charter, 10% equity. We reroute stars. Cal stopped. Stars wheeled overhead, freighters docking clean. Appreciate it, Sarah. But no title, no chief. Her frills flared. Surprise. Why? Power suits you. He met her gaze. Golden eyes steady. Freed you once. Practical move. People work better free. Fund a dockside refuge instead. Job pipeline for captives we pull. Mechanics, auditors. Train him here. Sarah tilted her head. Scales shimmered under bay lights. Refuge, no stake for you? Demand it, Cal said. Or walk. Mina chuckled from the sidelines, slate dimmed. He's stubborn that way. Sarah's tail coiled, then relaxed. She extended a claw-tipped hand. Demand granted, full fund. Your pipeline. Cal shook, firm. Her grip echoed that first rescue. Desperate, grateful, she spun her slate. Digital ink flowed, refuge charter signed. Sarah Venn Enterprises seal stamped beside his signature. Doc 7, yours to weld. Keys materialized in her palm. Chrome fob, engraved with joint crest. She pressed them into his calloused hand. First set. Build it, unbreakable. Cal pocketed them. Weight settled right. Starts tomorrow. Sarah's laugh rang deep, resonant. You first freed one. Now, we free legions. Dawn broke harsh over the pier. Cal gripped the keys tighter. Sarah walked beside him. Strides matched. Mina trailed, auditing manifests. Reopened pier gleamed. His welds fresh on the gantries. Captives turned crew members swarmed. The Xari with tentacle precision stacking crates. Humans barking loads. First convoy rumbled to life. Engines growled. Legal seals glowed on hulls. Their joint crest. Compassion forged in steel. Cal scanned the line. A young Vixari mechanic, scales like Sarah's, nodded from a loader rig. Pipeline job boss, thanks. Call. he corrected. Fix what breaks. Sarah bumped his shoulder. They watch you. Human, normal, extraordinary. He shrugged. Practical. Trucks accelerated. Convoy seals flashed green. Ships lifted. Gel halls bound for free markets. Rook's ghosts faded in exhaust. Mina synced her slate. Routes secure. Booms incoming. Cal turned to Sarah. Death square? Her eyes softened. Squared the day you cut chains. This? Loyalty forward. They stood at pier's edge. Wind whipped. Convoy vanished into stars. Refuge bays hummed behind. First intakes due. Cal smiled faint. He freed one alien girl once. Now they free everyone they can. Sarah gripped his shoulder. Bond sealed eternal, but a slate ping cut the quiet. Mina frowned. Ghost signal. Old Rook ally. Cal tensed. Tools ready. Board it? Sarah nodded. Together, years back flashed battered shuttle, tiny frame and cage. He'd pried bars. She'd gasped free. Now her empire backed him. Debt circled infinite. Mina pulled manifests. Faint trace. Vault echo. Cal stowed the keys. Pier thrummed alive. Pivot. We hold. Sarah's frills rose. Always. They moved as one. Compassion's fire burned bright. Mina filed the last freeze. Rook's final shell crumbled. Dawn reports flooded. Brokers arrested. Routes seized. His trade war ended in cuffs. Cal watched the slate feeds. Practical wins. Stacked. Sarah drew him aside. Roll stands. Modified. Refuge chief? No founder. He chuckled. Funded founder. Deal. Her claw traced the charter. Ethical trade blooms. Your spark. Team spark. Cal said. Vexari crews welded beside him yesterday. Tentacles steady on torches. Mina joined. Whiskey later. First convoy's gold. Pier walk resumed. First legal hauler kissed tarmac outbound. Joint seal gleamed. Human grit. Alien reach. A freed captive waved from the cab. Debt paid forward. Cal waved back. Heartbeat steady. Sarah whispered. Mutual. First rescuer. Empire rolled. Bonds unbreakable. But that ping lingered. Cal checked his slate. Trace inbound? Mina nodded. Last ghost. Alley or trap? Sarah's hand steadied. Trust the bond. Cal led. Always. Dock lights flared. New era dawned. Refuge doors hissed open. First keys turned true. Cal stepped in. Tools out. Build began. Sarah followed. Loyalty etched. Convoy roared free. Stars claimed their due. Compassion paid dividends eternal. Mina's voice cut through. All clear.
False ping.
Relief hit. Glasses waited. But Cal knew. More cages out there. Pipeline primed. He freed one. Now, legions walked free. Bond won the war. Pier echoed with hammers. Cross-species symphony. Cal welded first frame. Sarah audited flows. Mina tallied booms. Happy circuits closed. One small act snowballed galaxies. Human humble. Alien loyal. Victory tasted like gel and steel. Sarah's tail flicked approval. More tomorrow. Cal grinned. Always. Ports secured. Futures launched.